News, Nick Minock reported about anger among parents at an elementary school in Albemarle County, Virginia, about not being notified sooner about a school employee being indicted on charges of abusing multiple children for more than a year.
That employee had been serving as a social and emotional learning coach, which is someone who helps students with self-awareness, emotional regulation, and relationship building. And there is a lot of debate about the use of them, particularly at a young age. Joining us now to discuss is Rick Hess with the American Enterprise Institute. Let's jump right in here. So for some parents, a social and emotional learning coach, that may be a new term. How is this different from, say, a guidance counselor?
It's a great question. You know, these job descriptions get so blurry in schools. It's different from a teacher in that these aren't people who are actually in there with kids teaching them every day. What they're there to do generally is provide supportive activities and feedback on children's mental health and development. Whether you think they're good at this or equipped to do it, or whether they ought to be doing it, are all really important questions.
And what are some of the policies and safeguards in place that are supposed to protect students, and what recourse exists for parents if they are having some concerns?
You know, I mean, for anybody who works in a school building, there's supposed to be fundamental security checks, background checks, and the rest. This machinery tends to work pretty straightforward with teachers. One of the challenges is when you start putting a lot of people in buildings, you know, their job descriptions, it's not always as clear exactly how these safeguards are going to work. And what clearly happened here was whether the district just dropped the ball altogether, whether the abusive, SEL trainer lied about that. Who the heck knows? I certainly don't know. But, this is the kind of stuff that is inexcusable and is going to cause any parent to wonder whether they can trust the local school.
All right, all really important questions. I know that this sector has grown tremendously in just a short amount of time. How do you measure whether a coach is actually making a difference? Have you seen evidence of improved student outcomes?
You know, education is overrun with folks who are offering all kinds of, quick fixes and silver bullets. At one level, social emotional learning makes a lot of sense. If kids are feeling nervous or unwanted, obviously that's bad for them. It's bad for them academically. But how much do these staffers hanging out in elementary schools really know about how to make kids feel welcome, about how to make sure parents have the information they need? Frankly, it's highly unclear. And a bigger problem is that a lot of the folks who are working in this field have their own agendas, which may or may not respect the priorities of the teachers in that building or the parents who are sending their kids to that school.
Well, I'm certain that we will be discussing this topic a lot more. We appreciate your insight, Rick Hess from the American Enterprise Institute. Thank you. Jasmine.
At the Alert Desk,